Okay, here's homework number 4. It's five questions. I'm going to do the first 3 with you. So, this is the map for the first 3 questions. Question number 1. We're going to construct a profile. So, we haven't done this in a little while, but a profile is the thing that draws the hill or the valley, whatever, from the side view, right? So, we're going to be doing, I believe, C, D. Yep, we're doing C to D. So, always start with our scrap paper, right? We mark C, we mark D, I label them, and then I find their elevations. So, our contour interval is 50, so we're going up by 50s for each line. C is on 250, and D is on 250, 300, 350, 400, 450. So C is on 250, D is on 450. Now we've got to mark every single line and make sure that we write the elevation underneath it. So since we're going up by 50s, this is 300, 350. I got to be careful because eventually it's going to switch back because this is the top of a hill right here. It's going to switch back, but not yet. Still going up. 400, 450. Remember, be as accurate as possible. 500. Does it switch back yet? Nope. Keeps going up to 550 here. And then that 550 loops back. So we're going to repeat, and now we're going to start going down. 550, 500, and another 50 down is 450. So I know I did it right because it didn't jump like 100 or 200. It consistently jumped 50, and I ended up jumping 50 at the end. So let's plot them very accurately, and then we are done with question number 1. So this is already on there. Let me move it up. So I make sure to keep C lined up with this edge, D lined up with that edge. I'm going to use X's and mark every single 350 here, which is only one of them. 400, nice and accurately. 450, they have the 450 here for D. So the 450 there. We got 2 500s. And then 2 550s. All right. So that's what I've got so far, and always connect your dots. Since I'm going up, 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 when I get to the 2 that are on the top, I'm going to go up and over, and then down and through. So I make sure to cross the line wherever the X is. So you don't want to cross a line unless you have an X or a dot there. Next, question 2. Calculate the stream gradient from elevation A to elevation B. So side note, anytime they ask you about stream directions, which this question isn't asking, but anytime they ask you about stream directions, you look for the V's, right? And the V's point uphill, so the stream flows in the opposite direction. So I would say this is southeast because the V's point uphill. But we're just determining a gradient from A to B. So gradient starts out just like a profile does, but we need to do math for this. So that's my distance, and gradient equals change in value, which is the value at A and the value at B. So we got to subtract those, divided by their distance. All right. So my distance between A and B, which I just marked, right? So A and B is going to be 7 kilometers, which is the bottom of my formula. Give me a sec. This is Mr. Swagger. Hey. Okay. Gotcha. All right, man. Gotcha. Thank you. Okay, so the distance is 7 kilometers, right? So that's the bottom of my formula, so I'm going to put a line above that. My change in value is the change from the value of A to the value of B. So in this case, since we're talking contour interval, right, it's going to be in meters. So I'm going to do 350 meters minus B, 150 meters. So I make sure to keep my units there, right? I'll do the subtraction first. So 350 minus 150 is 200 meters divided by 7 kilometers. I take those two numbers and I plug them into the calculator. 200 divided by 7. 28.57 meters per kilometer, right? Cool. So that's my answer there for question 2. And then the final one is going to be drawing the 250 meter contour line. So remember, when we're drawing these lines, we're just separating lower numbers from higher numbers. So 250, I see there's a 250 right here. So I'm just going to continue that line out. And I see a 250 right there. So next, I split 150 and 350. We're good. So my lower numbers are going to stay on this side. And my higher numbers are going to stay on this side. So let's keep on going through. So I don't see a 250 anywhere near here. So I'm going to look around for numbers that 250 falls between. So right next to it, 300 and 360. Nope, 250 does not fall between there. It doesn't fall between 280 and 360, but it does fall between 280 and 240. Since I am going through a stream, I'm going to make sure to go up and make that V shape at the stream, and I've gone through there. Now, I look through and I see that there's a 310 and a 240. 250 falls between there, right? 250 falls between 290 and 240 right there. Here's another 250. I go right through it. And finally, where does 200 fall between? It does fall between 180 and 350, so we're good. And it falls between 200 and 300. Now I've got to be careful. What line am I drawing? The 250 line. Here's a 250. I need to connect it to that line. All right? That's it. So try the next two. It's going to be calculating a gradient, and it's going to be drawing the 25-inch ISO line.